ancient and can barely handle a drizzle. So,
Those are big pipes.
Okay.
24 inch.
Okay. Good evening. It's time to call the City of New Ulm Safety Commission meeting to order. It's 5 p.m. Thursday, November 7th at the City Hall Council Chambers here in New Ulm. First of all, thank you all for coming to this evening, and appreciate your attendance. Our first order of business is to approve our agenda. We need to either approve the agenda as is, or if there's any new business, we need to amend the agenda. So, anybody has any wishes? No new business? Then we can entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second order of business is our minutes from last meeting in May 2nd, 2019. If you had a chance to look over your minutes, if you have any corrections or additions that we need to make, otherwise we can entertain a motion to approve them as well. Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
I so move to accept the minutes as printed.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There is no old business. So for new business, our big order of business tonight is as part of the Complete Streets policy, we need to take a look at the 2020 capital improvement plan and engineer Mr. Kaler, if you would like to.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You've got a copy of the recommended capital improvement plan listing for 2020. I've also included a copy of the New Ulm Complete Streets policy, how they kind of fit together. If you look at the vision and purpose, the Complete Streets policy is meant to assist in establishment of transportation corridors that are safe, functional, encourage active transportation, and are attractive for all users. So if we're doing a project, we're looking to see if we can infill sidewalks or trails, or if we need a bus stop, we'll do that. Unfortunately, these projects are not that exciting. They're pretty much working on reconstruct, and not much beyond that, not compared to last year anyhow. So I'll just go through them if one by one and kind of explain what we're doing and what we can accomplish with regard to the Complete Streets policy. Starting at the top of the page, 2020 USA project. We've got Front Street from 3rd to 7th South. This is the second segment of a 10-block segment of South Street that has very poor quality pavement, and at the same time we need to replace all the underground systems. The one we did this year, we added some infill sidewalk. In this case, we already have sidewalk on both sides of the street, so we'll be doing ADA improvements at the corners, which means we do new ped ramps or whatever is needed to meet our ADA requirements. We also have an ADA comprehensive plan that we use to assist us in that. So just some ADA improvements on that. Second North from State to Franklin is 2 blocks of Second North Street that again is in very poor condition with regard to pavement. We've also got to redo the underground utilities as well in that 2-block segment. And again, only ADA improvements as we have sidewalk on both sides of the street on those 2 segments. Palmer Avenue from Highway 14 to 150 South Street is modification of the Highway 14 roundabout out by Menards. We're going to extend or construct water main, sanitary sewer, and roadway to serve the National Guard Armory and FMS site. We're currently going out for a consultant to help us modify that roundabout and do the design on that. We'll either extend sidewalk or a recreational trail. We're not quite certain which it's going to be. Right now on the south side of the roundabout is a recreational trail. I think Menards has sidewalks, so we'll look at that. And in some fashion, we'll accommodate pedestrians in that location as well. Front Street from First North to Third North Street is basically just a reconstruction of the existing water main. We're going to attempt to use some trenchless construction methods. We have to supply some additional fire flow capacity for that Firmenich building down there, so very little work that's going to be done there with regard to ADA or complete streets work. We've got a stormwater treatment pond up in Oak Bluffs Fourth. That's just basically we're cleaning out a pond to restore it to its original contours and treatment capacity. Then we have finally on that project concrete sidewalk and ADA improvements, and that's basically to fulfill the 2020 surface reconstruction project ADA requirements. 2 bullets down is the surface reconstruction project. The street department does that work. But at the same time, since we're working on those projects, we have to meet the ADA improvement requirements, and we do that in this particular project up on top because we need a contractor to do that work. Street department's not available to do that work. So then the next project is the 2020 MSAS project. This is a project that's actually a Brown County project. The city's going to have some financial contribution in this. It's CASA 13 or Center Street from Broadway to Camel's Back Road. They're looking at a bituminous mill and overlay. We'll do ADA improvements as well. There's already sidewalk on both sides of the street, so the intersections will be improved. And right now, we're looking at a traffic signal replacement at Payne Street on Center. That's a very old system. I think it was used when I came to town 30-some years ago, and it needs to be upgraded. We'll add some more friendly pedestrian walkway. So there will be a place for a pedestrian to walk across, and there'll be some timing changes. Right now, it's pretty pedestrian unfriendly. So I guess you could call that a complete streets positive improvement. Then finally, we got the surface reconstruction project I've talked about. That's just roadway improvements, but we'll take care of the ADA things above. The next ones is an airport project, pavement reconstruction around the T-hangers. No complete streets things there. And 2020 Boundary Street, we're in the hopper to get some federal money to install warning signals and gates next summer there. We're looking at 2021, the county's maybe going to do a roadway improvement project there, but we'll get the gates and signals done next year, hopefully there. So that's the entire improvement project for next year. As I suggested, it's not real exciting as far as complete streets policy, but we're plugging ahead, and we're looking at about a $5.7 million estimated price tag on that group. So I can answer any questions, or if you have any comments, I'd be glad to hear them.
No questions for Engineer Keeler? No. Joe, do you have anything to say, or Chief, do you have anything you'd like to share?
I don't think.
Very fine. With that in mind, our job then is to recommend that this project, I think the proper language would be, we would recommend to the city council that this project does meet the complete streets
Policy.
policy. So if someone would like to make a motion in that manner.
So move.
Okay,
I'll second it.
motion then made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So that was short and sweet. We have no further business at this time. We will adjourn. Our next meeting is on December 5th at 5 p.m. Thursday, or as needed. So thank you all for coming. Appreciate your help and your willingness to participate, and you all have a good night.
All right, thank you.